Hello everyone, and look what I got in the mail today. As you know, this is the Priscilla and Rango figure set that was made by Hot Toys, and these figures were released when the movie came out. And I finally got me these, and I haven't opened the box yet, so I'm just gonna show you the box. And on the front cover we have a very nice picture of Priscilla and Rango together. And on the sides, yeah. Give the film name. And on the back has a little description of, I think it's of the movie. Yeah. On the back it gives a little description of the movie. I don't really think you want me to read all that. On the front, this flap kind of opens up, so you can see the figures inside. Yeah, it's like that. You can see the figures inside without opening the box. And I think that's very nice. You're able to display your figures without taking them out of the box. But I'm gonna go ahead and take these figures out of the box so you can see them. And see all their details and stuff. Okay, I've taken them out of the box now, and which was kind of a pain in the ass because it was hard to get the figures out of this plastic here without damaging anything. Especially with Priscilla here. She was really hard to get out of the box. But yeah, I finally got them out, and wow, these figures look really nice. Especially Rango. Yeah, I'm gonna hold them up so you can see better detail of them. First of all, his hat is removable. You can see here, which is, I'm not sure why. I think they just couldn't have glued that on. But I guess they couldn't fit him inside the box with the hat on. So I get better and closer look at Rango. Yeah. Yeah, the detail in this figure is insane. It's a lot better than what I could do. I really like how they did the job on his gun and the holster when it's built, and even his boots. You know, the spurs. I don't know if you can see it too well. Yeah, even on the spurs, they really did a nice detailed job. I really look like Rango. Like that smile he has. One minor defect is, if you look closely in his eyes, you can see one's a little messed up, and the other one's okay. And like this eye here is all messed up. But that's okay because they said, the company I ordered from says sometimes the figures do come with little defects, but it's really not that big of a deal because you can hardly notice it. But yeah, this figure is amazing. Now, I'll go on to Priscilla. And she's not as detailed as Rango, but they still did a really nice job on her. I really like how they did the eyes, make them like translucent so they glow in the light. But as you can see, I have to be really careful with her because she has a lot of thin, fragile parts, like her pigtails or the tassel on her hat and her tail. Yeah, I have to really be careful with her because they look like they could so easily just snap off. And her hat is not removable like Rango's. So I can't remove it. It's weird when they would make Rango's hat removable and not hers. But otherwise, a very nice detail on the face. And then, yeah, they look pretty accurate scale to each other from the movie. Priscilla was much smaller than Rango, so yeah, they scale up pretty good compared to the movie. Now, I had these toys for a while, actually, ever since the movie first came out, and I saw these figures on the internet. I really wanted them, but I wasn't able to buy them because I just didn't have the money. But I was finally able to get enough money to buy these figures. And these figures can be expensive, depending on where you buy them from. I mean, I bought these guys from a toy store that's out in Malaysia, but I got a good deal for them. But really, depending on you buy them, they can be really expensive. They can be I've seen them up to $130, which I think is a little overpriced for these figures. But I also see them go low as $75, which is more reasonable. So yeah, beware where you buy these figures from, because sometimes stores can overcharge for them. Like don't go to Amazon because these figures are they make these figures really expensive. And also beware what action figure and toy online stores you're buying from, because they can sometimes overcharge for these figures. But you can try eBay. Sometimes they have really good deals on these figures. Let me show you the detail of them again. I'm doing this one-handed, so I have to be really, really careful to drop these figures. There we go. Where's the tail? And of course I have my Rattlesnake Jake figure, which I still have with me, and I'll bring him up just to compare these two figures with the figure I made. Okay, here's my Rattlesnake Jake figure compared to the two Rango figures I bought, and of course they're not to scale. I mean, for this to be scale, Jake would have to be a lot bigger. Of course, I wouldn't have. Jake was like his head was like half the size of Rango. So yeah, I would need a lot more clay for that figure, but I wouldn't have any room to put that figure in. So yeah, you have to imagine Rango is about 8 inches tall, and Priscilla is about 4. So that makes it Jake about 8 inches or less. But yeah, and And, oh, the main reason I made this Rattlesnake Jagger figure is when I saw these two figures, I was like, oh wow. And I was looking for a Rattlesnake Jig figure, but I never found it on the internet. And of course, I got really upset because they made figures of Rango and Priscilla, but they didn't make one of Jake. And I thought that was really upsetting. I mean, I didn't do a figure of one of the better characters in the movie. And it also makes me wonder why they choose these figures. I mean, I know why they chose Rango, because he's the main character of the movie, but I wonder why they did Priscilla. I mean, it just seems like an odd choice that they did this figure out of all the characters in the movie. I mean, she's not really that main of a character in the movie. I mean, I would have been a lot happier if they just did one of Rattlesnake Jake. Or they could have even done one of Beans, so we could be with Rango and be like a couple set. It just puzzles me why they only made these two figures. And also, in the box, it comes with this scenery background thing that has a scene of the town. You're supposed to open it up. It's like a background thing for your figures. Let's see if I try to open that up. Okay, so now I have the two figures against the background scenery thing that came in the box. I think that's how it's supposed to go. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I think it's supposed to look like that. But yeah, anyway, there's my own Rango figure collection. Jake, Rango, and Priscilla.